especially during COVID. So in terms of new attacks and such, like tell me some of the trends that you're seeing.
We're seeing increased reconnaissance. So we used to see a lot of reconnaissance from outside the country, meaning they're looking for, open ports, looking for different things about the customers. Now we're seeing a lot of those, before you could actually block those by just, blocking access from China, geo-IP blocking, simple stuff. But now we're seeing more and more attacks originating from inside the U.S. So what we're seeing is that they're using U.S.-based servers now and pivoting to there to then try and launch attacks on our, different customers.
So what country, other than inside the U.S., what countries did you say?
Well, most of it, it originates through China and Russia, right? But when they're coming through the U.S., we don't know where they're actually coming from. We can kind of figure out what IPs, once they start to develop a reputation, kind of what they're tied to. But that's about it.
Okay, so Russia and China, though,
yeah.
You're seeing a lot of an increase.
Yeah.
The same or an increase?
An increase for sure.
An increase, okay. And then, what types of attacks are you seeing?
We're definitely, we're personally seeing with a lot of our customers a huge increase in spear phishing and very, very, very targeted spear phishing attacks.
Like how? Explain. What do you mean by targeted?
Usually spear phishing attacks are, they're really easy to figure out, or, they're getting very crafty. This latest round, especially even as late as last night, are very, very targeted, and they're very hard to decipher. Yeah.
Like, can you give an example?
Not without showing it to you, yeah.
Okay. And then how about in terms of the quantity? Like, has it doubled or?
I don't have these exact metrics, but it's definitely a lot more. And I also know that the attacks have been happening on off hours. So what we're seeing is an increase in attacks on Friday nights, of course, weekends. So the attacks are happening more and more off hours.
Oh wow! So they're getting smart about when to attack.
Yeah, of course. And holidays are always, very scary. That's been more traditional.
Okay. Is there anything else to know, or any other trends that you're seeing?
Well, we're hearing from other friends in the industry, ransomware is on its way back up right now. So, just being cautious of that. And again, just being very careful with what you do. Have good backups. I'm trying to think what other. I know we're remediating all sorts of different things every day. Again, having multi-factor authentication is huge. If you don't have it enabled, we saw a bunch of password spray attacks last week against a bunch of 365 accounts that didn't have MFA enabled. So you definitely want to make sure that's enabled.